नमस्ते, हार्दिक अभिवादन, अभिनंदन। रूल द रेगुलेशन के पार्ट में, और आज ड्रग एंड कॉस्मेटिक एक्ट 1940 चैप्टर 4 ए के सेक्शन 33 के एन और ओ को हम लोग कवर करेंगे, जो जिसके साथ ही हमारा ये ड्रग एंड कॉस्मेटिक एक्ट चैप्टर 4 ए पर जो इंट्रैक्शन डिस्कशन हम लोग कर रहे हैं ये समाप्त हो जाएगा। फिर नेक्स्ट सेशन से हम लोग ड्रग रूल 1945 और रूल 151 पर चलेंगे। इस बीच तमाम क्वेरीज आप लोगों की आ रही हैं, जो कि बीच बीच में से ही हैं। कभी ड्रग रूल से आ जा रही है, तो कभी शेड्यूल्स में से आ जा रही है कि शेड्यूल ए का ये फॉर्म। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि यदि मैं इस तरह से जंप करता रहूँगा तो ये पूरा कवर नहीं होगा कायदे से, इसलिए आई एम जस्ट गोइंग वन बाय वन इन द सीक्वेंस एज पर योर syllabi. Fine. So just a quick recap. In the last session we have discussed about the schedule, not schedule but the section 33, and we discussed about the M, in which there is the two provisions that one has to, any action will be started by the inspector and the court will be not less than the status of the metropolitan magistrate. Fine. Now start the section 33 and अपनी अपनी किताबें खोल लीजिए। मैंने आपको पहले ही कहा है कि जब तक आप ड्रग एंड कॉस्मेटिक एक्ट की किताब लेकर के नहीं बैठेंगे तब तक इन चीज़ों को समझना मुश्किल होगा। नामुमकिन तो नहीं है, लेकिन हाँ मुश्किल होगा। लेकिन किताब के साथ नर्सरी की पढ़ाई, जैसा कि मैं अक्सर कहता हूँ अपने पीजी पीएचडी क्लासेस में हमेशा, कि जवाहरलाल नेहरू यूनिवर्सिटी में स्कूल्स हैं, स्कूल ऑफ लाइफ साइंसेज, स्कूल ऑफ सोशल साइंसेज, स्कूल ऑफ लैंग्वेज, लाइक दैट. सो what is the difference between the term school and the college and the university? तो स्कूल में आपको एक एक चीज़, एक एक बच्चे को देख के पढ़ाया जाता है। तो हम ड्रग एंड कॉस्मेटिक एक्ट की क्लास में या इंट्रैक्शन में ऑलवेज आई फॉलो द पैटर्न ऑफ स्कूल। मतलब यू आर रीडिंग, आई एम रीडिंग, सो यू ओपन योर बुक, राइट? So section 33N, it is the power of central government to make rules. Yes, certainly you have heard many sequences as an aware citizen of the country that here was no rule, so the system means the government was unable to take action against any mischievous person or any culprit because the rule were not there of that particular condition. So here the government has empowered itself that in the ordinary or the extraordinary condition or the just as the demand, they can frame the rules as they are just bringing ordinances. If parliament is not running, if parliament is not, sessions are not on and there is urgent need to the country, then government notify at the national level ordinances which are valid for the 6 months, and in the next session that must be rectified by the parliament. So here the power of central government to make rules, right, regarding the drugs related to the ASU system. The number one, they are writing, the central government may, after consultation with or on the recommendation of, the board and after previous publication by notification in the official gazette, make rules for the first purpose of giving effects to the provisions of this chapter. बहुत important, really good point. What the government is promising to the citizens of India, the stakeholders, what? That government will make rules to serve the purpose of this chapter, the first purpose of this chapter. And what is the first purpose of this chapter? The first purpose of this chapter is to produce quality, safe and efficacious ASU medicine. This chapter 4th A. Otherwise, whole concept of the Drug and Cosmetic Act is just to take the benefit of the human being with the drug, and it contains a lot of divisions. Okay, fine. So here government is promising you, we all citizens, that if it is required, then government with the consultation, the board, which board? Let us think for the 20 seconds, which board? Excise board? Not at all. Film censor board? Just have a light mind. ASU Drug Technically Advisory Board. Yes, the previous, remember, section 33C. So that consists of the ASU Drug Technical Advisory Board. After consultation with that, they will frame the rules. They means government, right? Okay, fine. And not only they frame the rules, they will notify it in the official gazette. See, just recently NCISM published gazette for the PG regulations. 20th June was the last date. So it is a pattern of the government. Any amendment anywhere in the act or the things, they are notified. They provide generally 30-day time for the public comment, all the stakeholders, and then they discuss that, and then they again notified with the examining the legality of the suggestions. Mostly suggestions are rarely adopted. What they have notified by the law, by the consultation, the first, that's the right. But at sometimes they have accepted the suggestions of the public also, the academia and the stakeholders, the manufacturers. Yes, it is true. So it is clear. Now the next is, provided that this is also very important. First I am reading. Provided that consultation with the board may be dispensed with if the central government is of opinion that the circumstances have arisen which render it necessary to make rules without such consultation, but in such a case the board shall be consulted within 6 months of the making of the rules, and the central government shall take into consideration any suggestions which the board may make in relation to the amendment of the said rules. Is it very clear? I have given you the brief just 2 minutes back, that if government think here is an urgent need arisen and no time, there is a scarcity of the time, that consultation of the board is not possible, then government just notify the rule and notify the provisions and implement that. But here it is necessary that board must be consulted within 6 months, and then it is, if board is suggesting something there, then government has to accommodate it, and then that will be the final. What happened here in the academia, I have seen in the many places, that the supreme body, like Honorable Vice Chancellor or Director or anyone who is running the show of any institution, they always take the decision as per the need of hour. And after 6 months, when the general body meeting or the EC meeting is happening, is scheduled, then all those decisions were ratified. In the same way here, if it is necessary, government may notify the rules without consultation of the ASU Drug Technical Advisory Board, but it is mandatory that in the 6 months they have to call the board and ratify the particular rules, and if it is required, if any suggestions are there, they should accommodate it. Okay, they have to accommodate it in this case. Then second is the without prejudice to the generality of the foregoing power such rules may. अब ये कौन से रूल्स हो सकते हैं जो कि गवर्नमेंट बना सकती है बिना कंसल्टेशन के, वो सुनिए, वो देखिए, वो पढ़ते हैं. विदाउट प्रिजुडिस टू द जनरलिटी ऑफ द फोरगोइंग पावर. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट ये 4 शब्द हैं. एक तो गवर्नमेंट को प्रिजुडिस नहीं होना है, फिर उसको हमेशा जनरलिटी में रहना है, सामान्य के लिए, विशेष रूप से कुछ नहीं करना किसी के लिए, और फोरगोइंग पावर ऐसा नहीं है कि हम छोड़ दे रहे हैं सब कुछ, नहीं, गवर्नमेंट को उसके ऊपर देखना पड़ेगा और गवर्नमेंट उसको विशेष रूप से देखेगी। अभी कोविड काल में ढेर सारे डिसीजंस हुए जिसमें कि बोर्ड को बाद में कंसल्ट किया गया, जैसे कि आयुर्वेदिक सैनिटाइज़र या मोनोग्राफ बाद में बने आयुष काढ़ा के, पहले उसको लीगलिटी में लाने के लिए और एक्सपोर्ट के लिए उसमें मोनोग्राफ की ज़रूरत थी, एंड बट that was the notified, and then later it was adopted by the concerned committee of the Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India. So it is as per the need of hour. So what are the rules? The A, provide for the establishment of the laboratories for testing and analyzing Ayurveda Siddha Unani drug, DTL, establishment of the DTL, drug testing laboratory. When we will go through the rule 160 of the drug rules 1945, there we will discuss it in detail, how and where the DTLs are established and what are the minimum provisions, and what kind of the certification is under the purview of the DTL. And you know, the DTL is under the private sector also, and if it is accredited, then its certificates are as good as the government DTLs. Fine. The establishment of the DTL as per the criteria, as per the necessary, government may notify and or the establish, right? Then the second B is here, prescribe the qualification and duties of the government analyst and the qualification of inspectors. I do believe you remember when we discussed it, the 33GH, that as the government fit, as the government think fit, as the government think fit, if government think fit, then everything is fit. Then how this qualification and may be determined? So government may notify, may make the rule, and then accordingly they may recruit it, and the qualification and the duties of the government analyst and the qualification of the inspectors, right? See, not going to the any political end, not linking anything with the politics, just the academic purpose. Yesterday, Honorable Supreme Court has just taken a decision, yesterday or day before yesterday. Today is the 13th July, day before yesterday, that the extensions of the director of ED is not valid. If you take the analogy, and there is the one thing more is going on, there are the many persons which are appointed, and government think that they are fit and they can show very fruitful, meaningful and purposeful result. In the same way here also, the government may appoint a person of special professional qualification, government analyst or the government inspector, who is capable to fulfill the duties related with the post. So this liberty is necessary. I support the government. If the government is in the search of professional people who may perform the duties, they should be given the opportunity, and they are. Many persons of the having the experience of the analyst as a major MNCs or the major manufacturing company, and if government is willing to take them inside the system of the government, that should be. From where we will produce a very qualified government analyst as the day is just required, or the government inspector at the moment. No, it is not possible. So if we have to take these experienced people from the private sector, corporate sector, or having some experience, they may be given the opportunity. Yes, But when they are in the system, means in the government, they have to forget its thoughts relationship with the private or the corporate. And it is very much there in the analysis also, in the criteria, no conflict of interest, no connection with the anything where it is the having any interest. That fellow only may be appointed as the government analyst or the government inspector. Next, C, clause C is here, prescribe the method of test or analysis to be employed in determining whether any Ayurvedic Siddha Unani drug is labelled with the true list of the ingredients which it is purported to contain. Very important. Government may notify the methodology of the test or the analysis or the investigatory methods or the application of the technology, sophisticated technology, non-destructive technology, officially to be used to check what has been given on the level of a medicine, licensed medicine, whether that medicine have that particular constituent in that percentage which is claimed. Yes, it is very much necessary. What is claimed on the label, whether patient is getting or not, it is under the pharmacovigilance also. See, so here what happening, they are writing moti bhas on the label. Some very corrupt pharmacies or the personals labeling moti bhas and providing you godanti bhas, and label is on the moti bhas and the charge is of the moti bhas, or even the concentration is not there, saying that the Swarna Bhasm is there in the capacity of the 1%, but it is there 0.1%. So these things, and if government fitment to the subject, may notify that all these tests and analysis which should be. Next is the D, is specify any substance as a poisonous substance. If government think that the government may notify that this is a poisonous and it should not be used. It is not the case of the Schedule E1. Government is permitting the use of the ingredients after the precaution. But here if it is notified that it is the poisonous, that will not be used anywhere in any way. Then come to the E, prescribe the forms of the license for the manufacture for sale of Ayurveda Siddha Unani drug and for sale of processed Ayurvedic Siddha Unani drug, the form of application for such license, the condition subject to which such license may be issued, the authority empowered to issue the same and the fee payable therefore, and provide for the cancellation or suspension of such a license in any case where any provision of this chapter or rules make them thereunder is contravened to any of the conditions subject to which they are issued is not complied with. लंबा था लेकिन समझने के लिए बड़ा छोटा है. Number 1, we have to study it in detail in the next session only. That is the Rule 151 of the Drug Rules 1945. But here what the saying, the government of India at any time if think that it is required to change the procedure of the license or to suspend the license which is provided or the cancel the license completely of the person or the company, if it is like this, that contravention to the any rule and chapter of this act, if anything is one is doing against the provisions of this act and subsequently the rules, the license may be cancelled or the suspended or any procedure may be changed. We will go in the details after when we will discuss it. Then come to the F. Prescribe the condition to be observed in the packing of Ayurvedic Siddha Unani drugs, including the use of packing material which comes into the direct contact with the drug, regulate the mode of labeling packed drug and the prescribe the matters which shall not be included in such labels, and packed drugs and prescribe the matters which shall not be included in the such labels. Here government is taking power to notify how the packaging will be there, what will be the packaging qualities and the characteristics of the packing material, and the label will be of which kind and how it may be regulate, and it is time to time it is being changed, and the government has its power, and it's really good that sometimes they are advising that you have to use the PEP variety of the plastic only for the drug, because here it is saying important point is drug is in direct contact of that packing material, so there should be that drug and the packing material should be inert. There should be no interaction between these two, the inner surface of your packing material and the drug. That should be inert, completely inert, and that is required. And also whatever the things are in the label, that must be inside. That is the extension part. And how you will label that, really we will study all these in the rule 161. But in the here, because see, the rules are what? Rules are just the explanation and the execution, and act is what? It is by the parliament. On the basis of act, on the power of the act, regulations are made by the executive body. So there the executive body is making all these regulations, which we will discuss in due course of time. Then prescribe the conditions subject to which small quantities of Ayurvedic Siddha Unani drug may be manufactured for the purpose of examination, test or analysis. See, everything is here very crystal clear. If it is not written, then government can't do anything. So here it is the written, we have discussed it very well. Prescribe the conditions subject to which, and the conditions are required, because now it is the need of the hour to set conditions also, which we will call the drug is preparing for the examination or for test or for analysis. Because what is happening, yes, I should quote, on the name of the small quantity, people are preparing the drug in a particular site, the better word, why should I say college, but okay, fearing, and yes, a place of the any type, anything, research organization, center, every like this is the phenomenon, every nursing home is the research center. I hope you will know why they are adding the name so and so super specialty and research center. So everywhere is a research center. In Ayurveda too, nowadays it is the research center. The research center means what? They are preparing the small quantity of the drug without any license. So these things we have to take care. Really we have to take care. How do we have to see it? Prescribed under clause D of the section 33 EE, the color or the colors which is Ayurvedic Siddha Unani drug may bear or contain for purpose of the coloring. You remember, adulterated drugs, everything there, which color is permitted or not, and then go to the excipients 168, rule 168, and here the section 33 ED. Then prescribe the records, register or other documents to be kept and maintained under section 33 KB. Remember the confiscation, and where you have to show all the record when any government authority is asking for the same, right? So all these are the provisions under which the government implies. It is like the government is, you see the parliament, language of the parliament questions. May the Ministry of Ayush be pleased to answer this A, B, C, D. If yes, then why, and if no, this. That languages are really very important. I suggest you go to the site and see how the questions related to the Ministry of Ayush are being asked and how they are being answered, and they are very authentic. You can use that data given in the question and answer sessions of the parliament anywhere. They are undoubtedly absolutely true. Now, last of the section 33N, that any other matter which is to be or may be prescribed under this chapter. सब कुछ मेरे हाथ में, दुनिया मेरी मुट्ठी में. Any matter, anything which is to be may be prescribed under this chapter. जो हमने लिखा वो यहाँ तक तो लिखा, 2 के GGB तक लिखा, लेकिन इसके बाद भी अगर कुछ छूटता है हम कर सकते हैं। ये नहीं कि नहीं लिखा है तो हम नहीं कर सकते हैं। ये गवर्नमेंट्स अक्सर ये पावर बनाती हैं और हर जगह होता है एनी अदर एजेंडा विद द परमिशन ऑफ चेयर, राइट। एंड द लास्ट ऑफ दिस सेशन इज द सेक्शन 33O, power of amend first schedule, and first schedule is the list of the book which are called as the authoritative textbook, and there are the demand to add some more books making the regional balance. It is the complaint of our friends from South India that their books are books of South Indian origin are less there, and it is going on there, and discussions are going on there, and now the opinion is also upcoming that someone asked me just 10 days back, a very important and a very prominent person who is involved in these procedures, that yes, it is really needed to amend the schedule first. I think I said yes, it is needed, and there must be balance. Okay, the policy makers always think in different way, what we think in general people. So always the policy makers are right. So the central government, after consultation with the board and after giving by notification in the official gazette not less than 3 month time, see here, 3 month notice of its intention to do may by like notification and to or otherwise amend the first schedule for the purpose of this chapter, and thereupon the said schedule shall be deemed to be amended accordingly. ये बहुत complicated matter है, and the Ministry of Ayush and the previously Department of Ayush is working on this issue since 1-2 decades, and now it is up till date it is not finalized what should be added and whether it should be amended or not. Only one thing they did, that they added API or AFI all volumes on the virtue of the date of the publication, and it is going on. So friends, I'm very much grateful, thankful for your support, for your encouragement to be with me here in the discussions of the Drug and Cosmetic Act Chapter 4A, right from Section 33B to the Section 33O. And any query, I always ready to welcome that. And in the next session, we will start on the Monday. You will get it after 2-3 Monday. Just I am recording everything in advance. So we will start Drug Rules 1945, Rule 151. It will be very interesting because the Act is the Sutra Sthan and the rule is the Chikitsa Sthan. Right? Okay, thank you. Namaste, Abhivadan, Abhinandan. Ask the questions.